World literature is the study and analysis of great and small works across the world ranging from all time periods. Its purpose is to teach and guide learning minds to hone their own understandings of the world and its people. World literature provides access, interaction, and connection with the past to create the future within the minds of young blooming students. This particular study is unique and differs from other subjects because it contains a complete collection of history, culture, language, opinions, and philosophy. World literature is the study of all studies in which it connects to every matter, whether it be science, math, or history related. It as a whole is able to teach and guide students to analyze, understand, compare, and develop opinions about the world in the past sense and determine how it relates to the present. This study, especially in a school setting, helps connoisseurs of the arts and those who choose to engage in it interpret workings, cultures, and functions of societies portrayed through their novels. It showcases social, economic, and political factors of differing origins and allows them to be directly compared through various similarities and differences. Due to the creation of literature throughout history, readers are able to understand why a society came to be the way they are, relate to the emotions drawn out of the works written in peaking historical moments, and broaden their grasp of what occurs around them beyond one's own bubble. World literature acts as a necessary gateway for students to experience the intimate depth of lives and minds throughout history in connection to one's own. World literature teaches students to look beyond oneself in order to understand someone who is different from themselves. This empathy and understanding creates an educated world where everyone is welcome rather than discriminated against based on looks, race, gender, or religion. The world at the moment lacks this education. They are unable to respect people who are different from themselves and often punish them for it. However, this class aids the new generation of people. It exposes history for its truth and gives students the power to learn from the mistakes of the past in order to grow in the future. It provides students with the examples of cultures, religions, and people who differ from those of who they are used to. It exposes the light as well as the dark side of societies, allowing students to understand the traumas and victories nations go through to properly interact and accept others. The novel In the Time of the Butterflies, written by Julia Alvarez, is a perfect example of how literature causes one to understand another. The novel takes place in 1990s Dominican Republic and follows the lives of a group of sisters leading a rebellion against a corrupt tyranny. In the novel, the main characters, the Mirabal sisters, come into contact with multiple deaths, injuries, and injustices due to the oppression of their government. The novel serves to express the tragedy the protesters faced, but also to connect their emotions to ones around the world. Oppression similar to that faced of the sisters is still present in the world today. The study of world literature provides students with the knowledge that when one's rights are being violated, they are not alone. Vast amounts of people across the world and across the years have faced these same injustices. But with the power of the people, change will come one day for all those who have fought. A bond between cultures ensues from the study and progresses into a new generation of acceptance. Once children reach a certain age, they should begin forming their own opinions, both political and social, rather than accepting everything they have attained from their parents. This class serves as the perfect opportunity as it creates an environment where students can learn and express their own self-created views on the world. This class feeds the minds of the new generation and allows them to choose and understand and accept all for who they are, because everyone is fighting the same battle together towards what the future holds. While opening students' minds, world literature also creates an environment in which students are able and persuaded to form a set of values for themselves. Students at a certain age must determine for themselves what they choose to believe in, value, and respect in life, away from the confines of their own home. This class provides a wide-ranging collection of cultures from which students can study and analyze. This diversity puts down mind barriers and allows students to accept and understand a person without discrimination or judgment crossing their minds. The diverse collection of material Material reviewed in this study also allows students to take and adopt values of nations quite different to their own into their own life. The novel The Stranger, written by Albert Camus, expresses the values of two tiers of Algerian people in the mid-1900s. The main character, Mersal, a pied noir Algerian, meaning that he is of European descent, shoots an Arab man for no apparent reason. In some places, his murder would have landed him in jail. However, in Algeria, his lack of remorse for his mother after her death is more important and a greater crime than the murder of an innocent Arab man. That Arab man did not receive justice for his death. This goes to show the indifference faced between the native Algerians and Europeans. This indifference creates a set of values which allows for the discrimination and injustice of others. Students can learn from this set of values and better develop their own so that crimes against humanity, such as what happened to the Arab man, can no longer occur in the world. Students can recognize the injustices recorded in novels, which often are similarly repeated across history, and choose to reform the world so that the world is rid of misconduct. The world literature creates the opportunity for students to understand all sides of history and use it to inspire the value of making a difference in the world, to repeat justice rather than inequity. The world lacks the education needed to understand and accept each other. World literature provides this education. It creates an environment for the open development of values, opinions, and mindsets. It exposes students to the dangers, victories, injustices, and qualities of history, and allows for the analysis of its effects as a reader, character, and world citizen. In this study, students will translate other cultures into their own, creating an experience where students can learn from their differences. This class, when taught in schools, serves to create a world for tomorrow. If a change needs to be made in a world, the best place to start is in schools where justice and equality can be taught and proper values can be developed. World literature develops growing brains and helps provide them with analytical skills that will be needed all throughout their life. Today's society is corrupt. It is filled with police brutality, mass incarceration rates, a global pandemic, and gender and race-based discrimination. In order for a change to be made, people need to value equality, acceptance, and empathy, and the study of world literature ensues that principle into all of its students. Thank you. That is all.